I would say my daughter in last 2 years has not only grown in age, but as a character, as a personality, has become a different person. And I definitely would, think and believe that this has happened because there was a dedicated counselor for her, and she was there in her journey, in her ups and downs. The counselor was there, she prepared her. She also was there when Sarah was not able to score good marks. So I have seen that from bad marks to good marks and better marks, how she has scored and becoming more independent.
With Charu and Ragini, if I can add one particular instance, really when we were at the point of selecting colleges, we had multiple meetings and multiple meetings because I wasn't really happy with the list, or I was a little confused with the list of colleges that were coming up, or we were getting to apply. That's where Ragini and Charu especially, they were very patient through that journey. They kept entertaining all our questions. They kept taking us through the pros and cons of different colleges. They were absolutely okay to entertain a very different line of countries as well, right? We demanded Australia. We wanted to look at Singapore at some point. Yeah. And they were absolutely happy to accommodate those requests as well. So my recommendation is bring University Connection to your lives. Go through that journey with them. They really help you break it down into smaller milestones that kind of helps you through the journey. I'd say it was, the journey was fantastic. And the clarity that we got as we kind of navigated through some of the issues that we had, some of the questions that we have were absolutely fantastic. I think it's an experience for everybody. Whoever is pursuing or wanting to pursue education outside of India and don't know where to start, I think University Connection is a great place to kind of engage.
I would say you can just blindfold yourself and just rely on them. They will take your children, to the right path.
If I may start, the initial thoughts were what, where, how, and what do we need to do. We were a little clueless. Fear kind of came across our mind, and we didn't know where to start. But we were also happy that this was a choice that she made on her own, and unlike the typical older generation thought process of being pushed down on in a particular stream was not the case here. So happy and ecstatic, but again, like I said, with the questions that we had in mind, with how we want to start, where to start. Fear also kind of came across as we were navigating or wanting to navigate through this journey.
Yeah, I would say that daughter was very clear right from her childhood that she wants to become a doctor. But as Moby called out, it was the scare in our mind that how do we ensure that we get that dream true for her. So yeah, the University Connection just helped us out.
If I may, I think right after our first meeting with Charu, as we kind of got to know her experience and what University Connection can kind of bring to the table, was when we really felt reassured, because like I said, when my daughter said, I want to pursue medicine and I want to pursue in UK and not in India, there were too many questions, too many things that kind of came to our mind, and all of that kind of got put to rest right in our first connect with Charu, and that kind of was our reassuring point in our journey to say, hey, now we don't have to worry. We have a strong partner with us who's going to kind of take us through the entire journey from start to finish. And we just need to be there to kind of support both our daughter as well as the requirements that are needed through this journey. So really felt reassured at that point.
I would say the first time when we met her, the scare was there in our mind that is it that we are just meeting another agency and agency is going to just tell us certain protocols and fill up the form and so on. But then I think meeting Charu, within first 2 minutes we were confident that we can just give our daughter in her hands and she will take care of us, because she brings that personal connect which made us more comfortable.
Very proud. That's the first word that comes to our mind. As we kind of started this journey, we were also very skeptical because there were certain setbacks that we had, and as part of her educational journey, and there were points in time where we had questions in our mind as to whether this is going to happen. Are we going to see it through? Is there anything else that we need to do? But I think that's where university connection and to what Florence said earlier, the personal touch kind of helped us see through some of those doubts that we had in mind and some of the questions that we had in mind. And finally, from discussion to offer letter, I think that journey was really, really nice, and we felt very proud when we saw multiple offers come in, and we were at a point where we could choose what we want versus trying to pick what we had, which I think was really nice to kind of be in that situation versus like I said, having been pushed down a journey or into a corner and pick what you get. So again, proud is what comes to my mind.
Absolutely. I will not add to anything more, because we never thought that she will be able to clear all the rounds, do interviews by herself, fill up the forms, work out with Ragini, prepare for herself, taking up, I would say, the internship course, and everything she did by herself. So we are extremely proud, and we are more, I would say, relaxed for some time till she joins the university.
Now that we have cleared all the initial hiccups of getting to where we wanted to get to, now we kind of enter the next phase of the journey, where we have to really explore the aspect of her managing herself in an alien country, picking up everything that she has to be doing, balancing her studies, her other activities as part of the university, getting to meet new people, make new friends, and like I said, in an environment that she's never been exposed to in the past. So those are things that cross our mind. Those are things that we are mentally and physically preparing for, and that's the phase that we are really excited to kind of get into at this point.
Yeah, I would say that we've given her a lot of independence to take her decisions, to eat what she wants, to buy what she wants, to choose her friends. Now this is the new phase. So we are worried, but we are excited, and let's see how it goes.
If I may say, and I'm sure Florence will agree with me, I think we've seen her grow personally in confidence, in the way she's been able to express herself, in the way she's been able to take up challenges, and not really get bogged down or worried about what that's going to do. I think as part of this journey, there have been many obstacles that she has to kind of go through, whether it is her internship, whether it is preparing for the interviews, college applications, IELTS tests, or any other point in time where she had to really double down on her efforts. I think we've seen that confidence grow, and she has been able to kind of do that all by herself. And with University Connection, I think that's the real strength. With all the personal guidance that both Ragini and Charu has been providing, it's given her that inner strength to navigate through these challenges. I think that's one big difference I've seen, before and after, if you may, with University Connection.
Absolutely. I have nothing more to add. I think we completely agree. And we see a new personality because she over a period of time, we have seen her growing, taking decisions, standing by her decisions, and also fighting back when she wants to convince, to us. She has right points. She will bring up a right logic, and then we have to go ahead and then just support her. So I think we are really thankful for that. I'll not have the answer for that. Do you have answer for that?
I mean, if I may say, when the first time my daughter said, I want to do medicine, like I said, there were a lot of questions in our mind, right? And then when my wife and I were discussing, how do we go about this? Should we approach a formal organization to help us kind of through this journey? Questions like, hey, there will be a lot of forms to fill up, lot of days of our time's going to go, and given the hectic schedules that both of us were maintaining, how would that be possible really? But I can tell you, after completing the journey, all of them were myths really, especially because of university connection. I think the beauty of that relationship was that we were only asked to stand behind and support and cheer the journey on, while Ragini and Charu really stepped in and simplified the whole journey for us. They took us through each process, each step, explaining what is happening and what needs to be done and where do we need to kind of step in, but with very minimal effort from our side, and they were the front bearers for all the effort that we had to take. So I'd say some of those myths that you have to really exhaust yourself, devote a lot of time, there's a lot of money involved, lot of paperwork that needs to be kind of done, would be some of the myths that potentially I think bad.
Also, I would say that because the daughter wanted to do medicine, and medicine is very tough in India for sure, and that was the more, I would say, that we had it in our mind that okay, whether we will be able to crack it. So that myth, whether that scare is no more there, because I would say that if kids are clear in their mind, and if they are able to score the score which the universities are asking for, then nothing can stop them. It's not that you need to be a 99.9% in your score. So you can become, and then obviously there's a lot of effort is also required. So that's that myth of having that 99.9% only can become a doctor. I see that got broke, and this is something which I could think of. I would say 10th at least they should give themselves 2 years time, and also when they are ready. So when they are in 8th and 9th, that's the time when you are figuring it out from your friends, your group of friends. If they want to do, I don't know, they want to become a pilot, everybody will start thinking of a pilot. But I would say invest at least 2 years time, and keep your options open. Be clear on multiple things, what you want to become, how you want to become, and be ready to dedicate your time also for that as a child.
Yeah, I'd say she's absolutely bang on, right? 2 years, maybe from 10th, you should start preparing for the journey. Not necessarily engage with somebody if you don't feel like that's the right time to do it. But 2 years is a good time for prep, for putting all the eggs or as you say, ducks in a row, to be able to kind of get it right. But one important thing that I'll definitely like to add is you have to be very clear in your mind as to what you want to do, right? Luckily for us, our daughter was very, very clear right at 10th, as she was finishing her 10th, that she wanted to do medicine, and science was something that she wanted to pursue. So after 10th, it became very clear and easy for us to kind of start the journey and navigate through. So foundationally, you have to be very, very clear that what's the line of subjects that you want to pursue, what's a career that you want to really explore, and you don't have to necessarily tie yourself up to something. Like Florence said, there are multiple options even in science, right, as a stream.
Research.
So as long as you know that that's an area that is of interest, that's what you want to pursue, that's where you want to dedicate your life, is very important. Because starting counseling without knowing what you want to do is not going to help, right? You have to be clear in your mind that this is what I want to do, this is what I want to pursue, and that's the direction I want to go. That's where counseling will really help. So 2 years is a good enough time frame, with a clear intent of where you want to really start or what you want to do. That's what I would add.
Absolutely. By default, I would say. In fact, I would say that they should just rely on them, and if they are in confusion, also rely on them. If they are in confusion, they don't know what their child want, or they don't know whether the child would like to pursue in arts, in science, in commerce, or whichever subject, they should reach out to them, because as Moby just explained, the counseling helps. It walks you through the journey, it takes the student through the journey, and also gives them options to choose. So I think that's what is the key, and you'd like to add?
Yeah. Resounding yes, right? If you ask me, should you recommend university or university connection, or have somebody kind of walk up to them? Absolutely yes, right? There is no two ways about it. And again, there are a couple of things that I really like about, like I said, the whole journey, right? One is that personal touch between Ragini and Charu. I think the way they handle the student, the way they handle parents, and the bridge between the two is absolutely fantastic and personal, right? I can also say that we typically might represent a large portion of parents that are typically thinking as to what needs to be done when their child says, I want to pursue education abroad, right after 12th, and the confusion and the questions and the preparation. And I'll say that, with all that we had in our mind, when we landed at University Connection, they really helped us firstly feel comfortable with that decision, come to terms with some of the requirements that exist, some of the financials and academic requirements that are required. So we get mentally prepared to kind of go through that journey, and then really hold your hand throughout that journey, as we kind of navigate it, right? So at the other end of the journey now, we feel so relieved and satisfied, and that's primarily because of how University Connection kind of handled us as parents, and obviously my daughter through the journey, and hence absolutely we will recommend the University Connection to anybody and everybody that we kind of come across.
Message.
My message to all the like-minded parents, who are at the point in time where they've heard from their children or child that they want to pursue education abroad, and have a lot of questions in their mind, confusion in their mind, fear in their mind about the journey that's ahead, and how to kind of navigate it. My message is, it's absolutely okay. It looks the size of Mount Everest, but it is not. You can kind of navigate, and my recommendation is you reach University Connection and take up their service, because the experience we've had as we navigated through this journey was fantastic. We had the same questions, concerns, fears about what to do, how to go about it, who to talk to, where to go, how to circumvent through all the procedural documents that we will be, we'll have to kind of navigate through, and so on and so forth. So my recommendation is, bring University Connection to your lives, go through that journey with them. They really help you break it down into smaller milestones that kind of helps you through the journey, and helps you kind of get to the real goal and end goal very, very smoothly and soon. So my message is, it's absolutely okay to be fair, to be fearful of the journey. Don't get too hassled about it. It's absolutely okay. So reach out to University Connection and get the deal there.